All right, welcome back everyone. So here we are. We finally made it to, we're about to make it to the center. Okay, so as you can see here, there are uh, no more systems at the top of the screen. So I'm going to go to the path toward the galactic core. We're 773 light years away, but there's nothing between us and the galactic center. Now, I believe you have to have a full warp drive for this. I do. And so here we go. Let's see what happens. Okay, so we've discovered a new dimension, a new galaxy now. Oh wow. So we're initializing again, just like at the very beginning of the game. Okay, let's see what. So far, everything is identical to what we saw at the very beginning of the game. Okay, we still got our ship. And we still got our multi-tool, it would appear. Okay, so let's see exactly what this means. So here's our ship, same one. So it didn't literally restart the game. Oh, wow. Okay, so it appears what's happened is it's basically started us in a new galaxy with our same ship, same multi-tool, and all of our exosuit slots. The problem is all of this stuff needs to be repaired. So, and we kept our inventory, it appears anyway. So yeah, we still got some zinc and some things like that you can see here. So I guess the first thing you're going to have to do is repair the multi-tool. But anyway, guys, I wanted to show you guys the end of the game. We've now gone through the Atlas ending, as well as reaching the center of the galaxy. So at this point, that will end this series for the time being. As you probably know, they've announced some additional features that we know of so far. One of those being that you'll be able to own one of those huge space freighters that we've seen, and also that there's going to be some sort of building mechanic in the game. He mentioned it as building a base. Now, at this point, nobody really has any idea what those two things really mean. I mean, for one, I'm excited about a building mechanic. I'm excited about being able to own a freighter. However, I have no idea what they're going to do with that, so why would I need to own a freighter? What am I going to be able to do with it? So if I'm able to own a freighter and have it, say, not only store huge amounts of materials for me, but also if it's able to trade for me or receive trade offers, visit different trade stations, anything like that, then hey, that's awesome. The building mechanic, first of all, they're going to have to really sort out some things about how to visit places you've discovered in the past, because as of now, this ending notwithstanding the fact that we're in a different galaxy now, but how are you going to be able to revisit anywhere? Because right now it's almost impossible, really. I mean, it could be done, but it's a real big pain to try to do that. So in order to build a base, it means it's somewhere that you're going to want to go back to. So number one, how do you get back to it once you leave and go out exploring? And number two, what am I going to do with it? I mean, if it's just one of those little, 2 or 3 pods put together like we see on most of the planets, then what does that really do for us? Are we going to be able to store stuff in it? Are we going to be able to use it as maybe a trade post? What are we going to be able to do with it? Are we going to be able to design it with hopefully more tools than they've used for the buildings existing in the game? But again, there's so much unknown, and I think this is a type of game that 6 months from now, 8 months from now, a year from now, it's going to look very different than our initial playthrough that we're going through right now. So it'll be interesting to see where this all goes in the next few months. I know right now they're squashing bugs, and they're trying to get it to where as many people as humanly possible can play the game and enjoy the game. But at the same time, I think they're really going to need to push the envelope going forward to see how long people stay, attached to the game. I mean, how many hours do you want to put into the game? I'm closing in on, I don't know exactly how many hours Steam says right now for me, but I'm close to 40 hours into the game. And really, I'm trying to think, what would I want to do in the game as it sits right now? And the answer for me is I've done some research and found out there are different star types that you see, and it's something that I had noticed in looking at the galactic map before, but I didn't really know what they meant. There are different types of system for G, F, K, M, E, B, or O. And some of those you can reach with a basic hyperdrive, and then others require the various upgrades within the hyperdrives. For example, the basic hyperdrive, my understanding is you can reach the yellow systems, which would be G or F. The warp reactor Sigma is required if you want to reach the red stars, which are K or M. The Tau upgrade is what's required if you want to reach the green stars on the map, which are E. And then finally, the Theta upgrade is what's needed if you want to reach the blue stars, which would be classified as B or O. Now you might say, well, what difference does it make? Well, the idea from what I'm reading is that the blue which would be the highest level and require a theta drive. Those are supposed to be the most abundant with life and resources, and hopefully will most closely match what we saw in the initial trailers and walkthroughs that were done well before the game's launch. Because I really want to find a planet where there's lots of life. There's, basically it's just an Earth-like planet to settle on. I want to venture around and find as many of those as I can, really, and just experience it, because that's really what most of us, I think, wanted to find. And instead, what you're left with is a lot of barren planets. They might have resources on them that you need, which is good for making money and building upgrades. But ultimately, you don't really want to spend any time on them other than making money or getting these resources, because they don't look good. They don't, it's not a place that you'd want to spend a lot of time on for the ambiance and the view and et cetera. So I'm looking forward to exploring some of those blue systems that require this theta upgrade, so that I can see, number one, is that really the case that those are systems that are more teeming with life than what you get in abundance during the game. So those are the kind of things I'm thinking about going forward, and I'll really be anxious to see where they go with their first DLC for the game, or updates, or whatever they're going to call them, and just see what they do with it and what direction they plan on taking the game. Because as it is right now, I think it has a pretty limited shelf life. It's fun to explore for a little while, but after probably 10 or 12 jumps, you've seen most everything you want to see. Nothing is exactly the same, but you've seen a lot. And there's nothing really there to keep you going, because it becomes a tremendous grind after a while to get resources. But anyway, I want to thank you guys for following along in this journey. I hope it's been fun for you. It's been a blast for me. I'm looking forward to doing more games on the channel and keeping this thing rolling. So stay tuned for more gaming on the channel from not only myself, but also my daughter and my sons, and we're looking forward to good things in the future. Thanks for coming along for the ride.